the United States is now putting more pressure on other countries. And some of these countries don't like it. But what's happening right now is something that we knew was coming. It was just a matter of time before things hit the fan. Today I want to break down what's going on, what President Trump has just said, what Scott Bessent has just said, and what this means for the entire world moving forward, specifically over the next week and over the next 1 month. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and what this means for you and I moving forward. But first, before I do, if you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button, and now let's begin. So look at this right here. It says, U.S. to apply increased pressure on trade deals, warns higher tariffs could roll out on August 1st. Here's the thing. President Trump, he paused tariffs for 90 days. That 90-day pause expires on July 8th. That's tomorrow. Which means on July 9th, the tariffs would take effect. Well, this essentially just kicked the can down the road once again. Now, here's what the Treasury Secretary says. It says, Treasury Secretary says countries without trade deals will see tariffs boomerang to April rates by August 1st. It says steep tariff rates are set to go back into effect after a 90-day pause on the April 2nd rates that rocked the stock market. Okay? These rates threw people off completely. Now, you probably don't remember, and I don't remember all of them anyway, so let's go and look at this picture. You may remember this. Okay, I've showed it to you here on this channel multiple times. It was all over the news. China saw a reciprocal tariff of 34%. This is their discounted tariff, 34%. The EU was at 20%, Vietnam 46%, Taiwan 32%, 24% for Japan, 26% for India, South Korea was 25%, Thailand 36%, so on and so forth. But here's what you need to understand, okay? Those were the discounted tariffs. That's what the United States says, that's what we're going to ask you guys to pay. Well, since then, China, they saw a massive increase where China was paying 145% tariffs. 145% was what China was paying. And then they negotiated and said, you know what, we're actually going to pause that. We're just going to put it 20%. Okay. Here's another country that's sitting at 20% right now. This was reported last week. It says Trump says he will put a 20% tariff on Vietnam's exports. So Vietnam was sitting at 34%, or actually 46%. That's what Vietnam was sitting at right here. Okay, 46%. But then they agreed to 20. Okay. So here's the reason why it's a big deal. And I want to read a little bit of this article to you. It says right here, the White House is set to put pressure on the U.S.'s trading partners this week to sign new tariff deals with the hope that they will be finalized before a Wednesday deadline. It says the Trump administration is expected to send dozens of letters to countries that have not made trade deals, warning them that higher tariffs could kick in on August 1st, according to the White House National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett. It says our smaller trading partners could become much bigger trading partners, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why countries are racing to set deals up with us ahead of the deadline. It says as many as 15 letters will be going out beginning Monday. President Trump confirmed to reporters before heading back to the White House from his New Jersey club on Sunday. Some will go out on Tuesday and Wednesday, he said, adding that some deals have been made. Okay. So, some deals have already been made. That's the good thing. But we don't know what those deals really look like. According to multiple reports, President Trump is wanting to get these letters out, okay, so that we can pretty much move forward. Because right now, and again, I brought this up earlier or just over the weekend as well, and I said that many countries are looking at this and wondering, okay, which country is going to break first? Vietnam, yes, agreed to 20%. What's China doing? That's the big question. And I don't think we receive any answer as to what China's going to do. I don't think China comes out and signs a letter. I just don't. Okay? China is a very big country that they can do their own thing. They're going to be hurt if they don't, continue to sell products here inside the United States. But the United States is going to be hurting as well. So we're going to see what happens. The one thing that we do know, though, according to many, many different reports, no country wants to be the first one to accept a deal. Because again, and I brought this up over the weekend, what if the EU, or what if Vietnam, for example, decided, okay, we'll accept 46%. We'll accept that. Or let's negotiate. Let's bring it down to 35%. And then China comes in and they negotiate 30%. Why should China be under Vietnam? Right? Just because the size? Just because of the scale? Why? So again, I bring this up because President Trump made it very clear. He was going to negotiate. They were going to negotiate all the way up for the 90 days. The 90 days is up tomorrow. Okay, the 90 days is done. But now the Trump administration says, we'll just kick the can down the road. We'll just push it back. So it'll start August 1st. That just puts a lot of uncertainty over every single market. Here in the U.S. and abroad as well. So again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what these tariffs are going to look like. We haven't seen reports as to who the letters are even being sent to. But as soon as we get that information, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get them. But what I can tell you today is there's so much uncertainty that the stock market is freaking out. And as the stock market freaks out, millions and millions of people all around the world are going to be freaking out as well. So, again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.